Hey everyone, my name is Katie Lyle. I'm a devoted Christian published author on a mission to help you learn more about Jesus and grow closer to Him. So if that is what you're interested in, then stay tuned for Jesus Saves Ministries podcast. Hey everyone, welcome back to Jesus Saves Ministries podcast. I'm your host, Katie. In today's episode, I am talking about how to find light in Jesus. And the kind of verse quote for today is, even in the darkest night, Jesus is the light. So let me read you a verse. Once more, Jesus addressed the crowd and he said, I am the light of the world. He who walks with me will not walk in darkness, but have the light of life. John 8:12. Maybe right now you are really struggling. With COVID-19 still going strong, I'm sure it's easy to feel like we're living in darkness right now. Maybe right now you're struggling with depression, anxiety, sickness, feeling stressed or overwhelmed. I don't know what you're going through, but I do know that even in the dark times that we are living in, Jesus is the light in every darkness. Even through the darkest night, Jesus is the light of the world, and in Him we can have life. John 8:12. So, how do we have light in Jesus? First, we need to fix our eyes on Jesus and not on circumstances. When we fix our eyes on Jesus, we can see His goodness, love, faithfulness, mercy, forgiveness, rest, peace, and so much more. It's so easy to focus on our circumstances and the darkness of the world, but when we fix our eyes on Jesus, we can see Him in all His glory. So, how do you fix your eyes on Jesus? You start by you seek God through reading His Word, worshiping Him, listening to Him, praying to Him, and taking every thought captive. And so you need to seek God daily. Let me remind you, daily, so you can focus on captive. So how you take every thought captive is you think about what you're thinking about. When you begin to think something, say like, I'm feeling kind of sad. You ask yourself, is this a negative thinking of darkness of the world? Or is it thinking of Jesus's light? So you think of the negativity like I'm worthless, I'm useless. And then you choose to stop thinking that thought and think of Jesus's goodness. And remember that in Jesus you are loved, beautiful, forgiven, honored, worshiped, and you are amazing, and that in Jesus you are a child of God. And you choose to think about Jesus instead of negativity and darkness. And you can't do this alone. You have to have God on your side. But you can do this because nothing is impossible with Christ. Philippians 4:13. And then the next step we need to do is we need to renew our mind. So let's take a little break, listen to today's sponsor, and then I will be right back to tell you exactly how to renew your mind. Hey everyone, I wanted to share an amazing sponsor with you. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's a creation tool that allows you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and so much more. You can make money from your podcast, and there is no minimum listenership. Everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free app, Anchor, or go to anchor.fm to get started. Thank you for listening to today's sponsor. So now back to how to have light and life in Jesus. Remember, even in the darkest night, Jesus is our light. So I was talking about we need to renew our mind. So how you renew your mind is you pray to God to ask Him to renew your mind, and then we practice taking every thought captive. We cannot renew our mind without God. So invite the Holy Spirit into your heart and ask Him to renew your mind. And you renew your mind by asking God to do this in prayer. Then you continually seek God by worshiping Him, reading His Word, praying to Him and listening to Him and continuing to fix your eyes on God. And you can't pray this prayer once and be done. It's a process and it won't happen overnight. But if you put in the work by seeking God daily, He will renew your mind. I don't know what you've heard about the Holy Spirit, but the Holy Spirit is nothing scary or weird. It is just the Trinity, God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. So when you invite the Holy Spirit into your heart, He will enter into you and help you with whatever you are going through. So to get God to renew your mind, just invite the Holy Spirit to renew it, and then you continually seek God. And you find life through Christ by praying to God and asking Him to bless you with His peace, rest, joy, hope, and whatever else you need. Then you continually seek God daily, and He will bless you with whatever you need to face whatever you are facing. And remember, God will love you forever. Psalms 136:1. God will never leave you. Hebrews 13:5. God will always comfort you. Isaiah 49:13. God will help you and always be there for you. Psalms 121:1-2. So how do we find light and life in Jesus? We first fix our eyes on God. 2, renew our mind. 3, take every thought captive. 4, seek God daily. 5, pray for whatever we need. And 6, invite the Holy Spirit into our hearts to help us. I know this is a lot of steps and it sounds really kind of scary and hard to do, but I promise you, you can do this. And I'm doing this with you because right now I'm really trying to work on spending lots of time with God during this quarantine so I can grow in my relationship with Him. And so I just invite you just to seek God and use this quarantine time to learn more and more about Him. And I know all these steps and all this process seems kind of scary, but you can do it because with God on your side, you can do anything. Matthew 19:26. And I know that right now everything feels dark and scary, but just remember that God is always there for you and He is always waiting for you to run into His arms. So go seek Him and He will be right there to grab your hand and to help you with whatever you are going through because you are not alone. And no matter what you are facing, you can and will get through this because God believes in you and He loves you and He will always be there to help you and guide you. Thank you so much for listening. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a review. I would love to hear from you. Remember, you can always find me, Katie, on Instagram as Katie the Writer, on Twitter as Katie the Writer, on Wattpad as Katie Loves Writing, and you can find my published book, Jesus Saves Daily Devotions, on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Just type in CATY space LYLE. You can find my website as www.katiethewriter.com. And of course, you can find me here on Jesus Saves Ministries podcast. You can find my other podcast, Chronically Katie, all about how to have an amazing life even with mental and chronic illnesses. And you can also join my email list, and all these links will be in the show notes below. I will try and upload twice a week. I love you all. Have a blessed day. See you next time.